Hello YouTube and welcome back to my channel. I am docLUXURY and I have another video for you guys today. This time I am going to be talking about some recent news that I heard in regard to Chanel suing the company The RealReal. So yeah, stay tuned to find out about it and what I think about it. Alright, so I got this information from, on Instagram. They are called The Fashion Law, and they bring up quite a few interesting news stories, and one of them in particular was that Chanel is suing The RealReal. And if you guys aren't familiar with The RealReal, they are a luxury consignment shop, much like the more renowned Fashionphile and Yugi's Closet. And in fact, this is also recently, within the past month or so, Chanel had sued another company called What Goes Around Comes Around. And I believe What Goes Around Comes Around is based in New York, and they are also a luxury consignment shop. And so the reason why Chanel sued the What Goes Around Comes Around to begin with was because I guess the company was found to be using logos and things like that on their website in advertisement that made it seem like Chanel and What Goes Around Comes Around were connected somehow. And Chanel didn't like that, and so Chanel also found that there was propensity of selling fakes, and I think more so that is what they weren't very happy about. They didn't really go into details on how they figured that out. And another thing I wanted to mention was that the company, What Goes Around Comes Around, is the company that supplies really big mass retailers, sort of. So I know they supply Banana Republic. They supply what's the other company now? They just opened here in Minnesota. Von Maur. They supply Von Maur with the authentic luxury goods, the pre-owned luxury goods that you see in their stores that are being sold. And I'm sure there are other mass retailers out there that carry some products that are from What Goes Around Comes Around. And now, as far as why Chanel is suing The RealReal, it is because I think Chanel found that The RealReal was selling fake Chanel. And in the article that I read, and the article is on the Fashion Law's Instagram, but they do say that they found 7 instances, that is 7 instances of, finding that The RealReal had, sold a fake Chanel bag. And how they figured that out was that they were able to look at the serial number of the bag or the item in question. And in Chanel's spreadsheet, their little database, by now it would be a really big database because they're in the 26 million area in ID codes. But apparently Chanel does keep this information, and it is private to them, and so they could look up a serial number and show and see what product that serial number matches to. And so they were able to find 7 such items that did not have the matching serial number to the corresponding item. And so Chanel is suing The RealReal. They also want to have The RealReal try to, find those bags or those items back from the people that sold them and basically give them to Chanel or be destroyed or something like that. But I have been asked, what I thought about that. And to be honest with you, it makes me really question the luxury resale market because these companies, they're pretty big, and I'm talking about the Real and what goes around comes around. They're supposedly, being authenticated by experts in the field. And it's like, if experts in the field can't distinguish real versus fake, it's like, how am I, as, just an avid, collector and purchaser of these items, be able to do that with my own stuff when I buy pre-loved? And, even, Chanel employees. It's like, if they were to tell you something is real or fake, I don't think you can go into a boutique and just ask, a Chanel employee if something is real or fake. But if they did, you can't really take what these people say at face value. Or I don't even know what that saying is all about. But what I'm trying to get at is, nobody is safe when you are buying these luxury goods. And I think Chanel is doing this because they are trying to put a damper on the resale market so that people would only trust them to sell authentic Chanel items, which is pretty, sad, because with all of these price increases, it's like, one of the things that people are going to do is resort to going to the resale market. And if we can't trust, the resale market to sell us authentic things, it's like, where are we going to go? I mean, we're only going to be able to go to the Chanel boutiques, the standalone stores, or, what do you call it? The boutiques or the stores inside of the bigger retail establishments like Saks or Bloomingdale's. But honestly, like, not everybody can do that. I mean, I'm almost at a point where I can't do that much anymore because of these, like I said before, these price increases. I've also heard that Chanel is just trying to, in general, put a stop to reselling. And that includes just regular Joe Schmoes, just like myself, selling off their items that we don't use anymore, and try to sell it through public methods like Instagram or Facebook. And so that really sucks on my view of Chanel as a company. It's like, if you're trying to be exclusive, that's fine. Keep on raising your prices, and not as many people are going to be able to purchase these items. But leave the resale market alone, because once somebody buys something from your store, and this is directed towards Chanel, when somebody buys something from your store, once that transaction has been made, money for item, that item becomes the property of that person who bought it. And it should be up to that person who purchased it to keep it or sell it, and it shouldn't be up to Chanel to make that decision for you. So yeah, what do you guys think about this whole thing? I think Chanel is even, as far as how much they're suing for, I have heard in the millions of dollars. I could be wrong, so don't quote me there. But that's what I remember reading. And I don't know, how far along in the litigation or even in the process these things have been going. But this also gets to question, are they going to target all the other, consignment shops like Fashionphile, Yugi's Closets, all of them. And so I guess my only advice is to do your research on your own to figure out how to authenticate things, because, you know, experts, if they can't do it, then you have to take it in your own hands and do it yourself. So yeah, that's all I really have to say about this topic. I don't like it, but and it really does leave a bad taste in my mouth on, you know, on the company being Chanel. But, you know, what are you gonna do? But yeah, so that does it for this video. Hope you liked it. If you have any comments or anything, please leave them down below. Be sure to, you know, subscribe and watch out for my new videos. Until next time, just remember to be you and stay confident. Take care, you guys. Goodbye.